Welcome back to the virtual hangar. Today I'm going to show you how to make these cute mini book charms out of polymer clay. Your kit will include 2 lumps of colored polymer clay. Your colors might be different than mine. 1 lump of white polymer clay, 2 eye pins, and 2 key rings with jump ring attachments to make these into keychains. Now, they sell a lot of tools for polymer clay, or regular clay, or any clay. They've got these little knives, these little different shapes. I'm not going to use any of these except for the roller in my right hand and my X-Acto knife. So I would recommend getting something to roll with and an X-Acto knife. You'll also need something to bake these on. I'm going to work on this piece of parchment paper, and then I'm going to use these little pliers to attach the jump ring at the end. So we're going to start our keychains by taking our white polymer clay and just twisting a little lump off. You definitely don't need to work with the whole lump at once. I'm going to just knead it a little bit so it warms up in my hands. Even a smaller lump than that. That's perfect. Just a little lump. Probably about the size, well, you can see it in relation to my thumbs. It's about the size of, I'll say, a dime, but thick. The nice thing about polymer clay is that it will hold its shape to whatever you mold it into almost perfectly. It's not going to shrink or spread in the oven. So if you can mold it very finely and small, it will hold that shape perfectly. So I'm just going to roll this little lump out just a little bit and then take my X-Acto knife and square it off. This is going to be our book pages for the first keychain. So I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and slicing straight down. I'm not cutting my parchment paper, I'm just squaring off my lump of white clay here that's going to be our book pages. So I'm taking my X-Acto, just pressing straight down and then scooting away the excess. Scooting is a technical term. And then after I've done all 4 sides, I should have a little perfectly square, it's almost like a piece of gum, perfectly square and flat piece of polymer clay. So that's going to be our book pages for the first one. Now we're going to take off a similarly sized lump of the green, maybe a little bigger. And so whatever color you have, just go ahead and use one of the colors, whichever one you like better. And I'm going to just knead it a little bit with my fingers again so that it warms up in my hand, just to make it nice and pliable. Once it's not stiff anymore, we're going to put it down on our surface that we're working on and just roll it out nice and thin. You can really roll polymer clay as thinly as you like and it will hold that shape pretty well. You don't want to roll it so thin that you can't, lift it up off of the counter, but I go a little bit thinner than 1/8 of an inch, I believe. If you don't have a roller, you can use almost anything round to roll it out. You could use a drinking glass, a wine bottle, a rolling pin from your kitchen. Just know that anything that leaves an impression, like a label on a glass or your fingerprints even, the polymer clay will retain those impressions even after it's baked. It's not going to spread and smooth out like cookie dough will. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and just slice a clean straight line. That's going to be the bottom of my book page here. And then I'm going to draw a similar parallel line. I'm going to cut that with my X-Acto knife. And then I'm going to cut on the left side of my book block here. That makes the left edge of our cover. And then I'm just going to peel away the excess here. You can see that the polymer clay leaves a little bit of the color on the parchment paper. It should be okay, don't worry about it when we work on the other colors. I'm going to slice just where I think the other edge is going to be. And then I'm going to pick it up carefully. This is why you don't want to roll it too thin, because you still have to be able to peel it off the parchment paper. And I'm just going to fold it over the book pages to kind of make the book. So that's a little bit big. I'm going to unroll it. and slice just a little bit more off that edge because it's a little bit big. Okay, then I'm going to just take my X-Acto knife and kind of smooth that corner again. Okay, just going to clean that up a little bit. It's not going to smooth itself out in the oven. So to make this a keychain, we actually need to take our eye pin and include it in the book before we bake it. So I'm just going to put it here to the left of the book pages, right in the dead center of the what will be the book cover. And again, just clean up any edges as you go, make everything nice and sharp. Just taking my X-Acto knife here and kind of pushing that book block back to where I want it. Then I'm going to roll the cover around the eye pin and push the spine in and push the front cover down onto the book block. There we go. You shouldn't have to push it so hard that it deforms any of it, but you do want to kind of press the polymer clay into itself. It'll stick to itself pretty well. Then I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and drawing a little line. I'm not slicing down very far. I'm just drawing a line on the front and the back to kind of make the spine of the book a little bit more defined. And then I'm taking my X-Acto knife and doing just another 2 lines across the spine of the book, just to make it look a little bit more like a book on its own. Just give it a little bit of an impression, and remember that the polymer clay will hold that impression in the oven when it's baking. So when you're done with that, just pick it up carefully. You can straighten out any edges, like that kind of got a little bit curvy, so I'm just pushing it down with my X-Acto knife so it's straighter. Yeah, just a little bit there too. That's pretty good. Anyways, when you're done with that, just put it to the side, and then we are going to work on the next set, our other charm. So this is going to be a stack of 3 books. So we're going to take a lump of the white. I use a pretty big lump this time because I'm going to cut all 3 book page sections at once. And again, just kneading it until it's a little bit pliable, not so stiff. You're just really warming it up with your hands. Okay, once it's pliable, I put it down on my surface and I take my roller and I'm just rolling it out to about the same thickness as the, there's a little thing on, what is that? Probably dog hair. Sorry. I'm gonna just flip it over, it'll be fine. We're going to roll it out till it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Just a nice, smooth, and flat block. And again, I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, make just a clean cut straight down, and then I'm just going to basically cut a big rectangle out of the piece here that I've rolled out. So I'm cutting this big rectangle, and then what I'm going to do is after I peel away all the extras, make sure it's nice and square, put the extra to the side. I will take my X-Acto knife and just divide it into thirds, but I'm not going to do it perfectly evenly. The first one I did a little bit smaller, and then the second part I did so that one was just a little bit bigger than the other one. And then I pick them up just so you can see. I'm going to make these a little bit different in size. I'm taking this middle one and I'm just going to kind of smush it so that it's a little bit stouter. Just a little bit thicker and not as, but not as wide or as long. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the first piece I cut. Just kind of smush it towards its center so that it's not as long and not as wide, but it's a thicker book. That'll just add a little bit of visual interest to our keychains. So you can see here I've got 3 different sizes of our book pages, and I'm just going to set those to the side. And then we're going to make all 3 books in the exact same way. So take the opposite color that you used before and just roll it out nice and thin the same way we did the first charm, and cut it into a book cover. That's going to be for the smallest book. And actually, I think this method is a little bit easier. I lined the book block up with the bottom edge of the cover I cut and then flipped it over so that I could see exactly how long to make the book cover instead of just guessing. Then I'm just going to peel away the extra and again just push lightly so that everything sticks to itself, and roll the book cover around the book block. And if something's not square, you can kind of mush it with your fingers, just square it up. I like to push everything together and then kind of push it down against my work surface. That makes all the edges nice and flat with themselves. And then just put it to the side. And then we're going to take the same color we were just working with and roll it out again. Same thickness is totally fine. And then cut that book cover again. Boop, boop, boop. Flipped over. Cut the top edge. It looks like one of the little critters from the Among Us video game. And then I just flat out push down on the side. So I've got two blue books. You might have different colors, but two books. One is clearly bigger and one is clearly smaller, but they both look like books. And you notice I didn't worry about scoring the little spine thing on this. I just didn't worry about it. It's fine. Then I take the second color I have, the color we used on the individual book, and again I'm just cutting that book cover out, rolling it around the book pages, and then pushing it down on the surface to square all of the sides. Now I'm just going to stack mine and push them down lightly onto each other so they stick. And I did it kind of akimbo, just so that they were a little bit staggered. I think that makes it more visually interesting. So your stack of books should look something like this. They should all be stuck together. And then to bake this set in the oven, it also needs an eye pin so that we can turn it into a keychain. So I take one of my eye pins and I just stick it directly down into the top cover of the top book, just straight down. If you miss straight down, it's fine. No one will notice because it's inside the keychain. And it shouldn't go all the way through all three books. My books were thick enough that they didn't hit through the bottom, but just make sure you don't push the eye pin all the way through so that it pierces through to the opposite side. You don't want to do that. So once you've got all of your charms done, I've got these two lovely little one book and then one stack of books. Go ahead and take a pair of scissors and cut your piece of parchment paper in half. I'm doing this mostly symbolically because you have to bake these two on two separate sheet pans or two separate trays or whatever so that they bake separately in the oven because they will need to bake for different lengths of time. So I'm going to preheat my oven to 275. And once the oven is hot, then we are going to bake our little charms. So again, gotta put them on separate trays because they have different thicknesses. Polymer clay bakes by how thick the piece you're working on is. So you can see here, I put them on two separate trays because it's going to bake for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch thickness. So my little book ended up being about 1/2 inch, so I did 30 minutes, and then my book stack, I ended up baking for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. So you'll need to take them out of the oven separately. You can cool them on their baking trays, and then once they're completely cool, they should be completely hard, and this is what they look like. Ta-da! So here's our little book. It's still got the little impressions we did on the spine, and then here's our book stack. And you can see all three of the books stick together. They shouldn't come apart. They're completely hard and they hold their shape. So the last part is to turn these into keychains. So take your little keychain attachment and however you can, if you don't have pliers, we're just going to take that last one on the chain and pry it open. That might be a little easier said than done, but we should have enough of a gap there on the last link to go ahead and take our charm and just feed one edge of the link through the eye pin just like that. And then take your pliers or whatever you're using. You might be able to do it with your fingers and just squeeze the link back together. So now we have a cute little book keychain. Hurrah! So now we're going to take our other link, our other keychain, and do the exact same thing to it. We're going to take our pliers and pry the last one open. Boop. Whoop. Let's try again. There we go. And again, we only need enough of a gap to feed the eye pin through, and the eye pin is pretty small. So it should be not too bad. There we go. Got enough of a gap there. And then I'm going to take our book stack charm and feed it through the last gap in the link there. And then take our pliers and squeeze it back together. And here we go. This would be easier if I was using regular needle nose pliers instead of curved ones. But there she has it. That's our little book stack keychain. So I really hope that you enjoyed making your keychains. I would love to see what you guys make. Please, please, please tag us on social media with your posts of what you guys made. And if you have any questions, you can always contact us there as well. And I will see you next time.